is not a DPS showcase. It's a video on how to perform Hipper's rotation in her various team comps.
First off, the meta team of Hipper, Antoria, and Voidpiercer. If Voidpiercer is 3-star, you don't need to start with any pre-charge, but for the sake of this video, we start off with a pre-charge loaded. You'll begin with Antoria's skill, then discharge Voidpiercer and use Void skill, then jump cancel Hipper discharge and use her skill. By jump cancelling Hipper's discharge into skill, you'll trigger the Frost Impact debuff onto the target. Do Hipper's 5-hit normal attack combo, and when you notice her doing this circle animation, there's a white flash above you, and at this point, do her dodge attack. The animation is like a round mess of slashes, and then do one normal attack. You'll see her doing that same circle animation attack. After that, perform this combo 2 more times. Dodge attack into attack, and you'll notice Void skill is almost up. That's when we cast Hipper sub skill to finish the combo. When she lands on her feet, you can then swap to Antoria, jump cancel that discharge, use her skill and then swap back to Voidpiercer. Discharge, use Void skill, and jump cancel Hipper's discharge to begin the next rotation. Pay attention to Hipper's dodge attack timing. You don't want to dodge too early. After the 5th normal attack, and when that white flash appears, you can do your dodge attack and then normal attack. After 3 combos, finish it off with the 2nd skill. Once you get the hang of it, it's just paying attention to the rotation. Normal attack 5 hits, dodge attack, attack, and finisher. Next, we have the team of Hipper, Antoria, and Nola. We start off with Nola's skill, then jump cancelling Antoria's discharge into Antoria's skill, then Hipper and using her skill. Perform Hipper's 5-hit normal attack chain, then dodge attack, and then normal attack, and after 3 rounds, use her sub skill. Once she lands, immediately discharge cancel Nola and use her skill. Wait for her skill to finish. That's indicated when the sword is pointing downwards. Then switch to Antoria and use her skill. Swap to Hipper, use Hipper's skill, and then continue with the normal attack chain. In this comp, just be careful not to cancel Nola's skill too early. Even though her buffs aren't too spectacular, but still better than not having them at all. Next is the altered team with Hipper, Voidpiercer, and Nola. You'll start off with Nola using her skill, let it run, and discharge Voidpiercer, using her skill and swapping into Hipper to perform her skill. Once done, do Hipper's normal attack chain into her dodge attack combos. Pay attention to Nola's skill cooldown if you don't remember how many Hipper chains you've done. Once Hipper's sub skill is done, jump cancel Nola's discharge, use her skill, and then discharge Voidpiercer into her skill, and finally back to Hipper to continue the rotation. As usual with Nola, when you're using her skill, don't swap off her weapon too fast. You want to make sure her skill lands and the bike icon buff is there. Some people swap off too fast and may not notice the buffs are missing. Next, we have Hipper, Voidpiercer, and Meryl for those who want to use Meryl and Hipper. It's recommended to start this rotation with at least 1 pre-charge so you can discharge Meryl into her skill only for the opener. After that, discharge Voidpiercer and use her skill, then Hipper and use her skill. Perform Hipper's 5 normal attack combo followed up by the dodge attack sequence. By now, you should already be familiar with it. When to dodge, when to attack, After 3 rounds, use Hipper's sub-skill and then discharge into Meryl. Let the discharge fully run, then jump cancel the animation into Voidpiercer's discharge and skill combo, and finally back to Hipper to resume the rotation. In this comp, some prefer to use Meryl's skill after the discharge before swapping to Voidpiercer, but in actual combat, it may delay your timing of the rotation. Safe to say, it's sufficient to use Meryl's discharge only. The same can be applied for the next team, Hipper, Antoria, and Meryl. Starting off with Meryl's discharge and skill, you then cancel Antoria's discharge and use her skill, then cancel Hipper's discharge and use Hipper's skill. Perform Hipper's normal attack combo and dodge attacks until you use her finishing sub-skill, then discharge into Meryl and let it run. Once discharged, jump cancel the animation and swap into Antoria, immediately using her skill, then jump cancel Hipper's discharge and use her skill. The rotation repeats itself from then onwards. As mentioned earlier, we prioritize Meryl's discharge in this comp and forego her skill to maintain a better rotation timing. Bonus! For those who have Rei, here's the team of Hipper, Antoria, and Rei. Rei teams are recommended to start off with pre-charge loaded. Start off with Rei's discharge and let it run, then use her skill, swap to Antoria and use Antoria's skill, then discharge cancel Hipper and use Hipper's skill, and then perform her normal attack combo. Continue with Hipper's dodge attack sequence until her finishing sub-skill and pay attention to the charge bar. You want to make sure you have a full charge before swapping into Rei and using her discharge. Then, use her skill and swap into Antoria's skill and back to Hipper's skill to continue the rotation. For those who pair Hipper and Rei with Voidpiercer, similarly it's recommended to start off with a pre-charge. Start off with Rei's discharge, let it run and use her skill. Then discharge into Voidpiercer and use Void's skill. Swap to Hipper, jump cancel any discharge and use Hipper's skill. You then perform her normal attack combos and lastly, the dodge attack sequence. After 3 rounds, use her sub-skill finisher and discharge into Rei. Use Rei's skill, discharge into Voidpiercer and use Void's skill, then back to Hipper's skill and continue the rotation. Pretty straightforward. In actual combat, Rei may be at a disadvantage because her homing arrows can be blocked by shields, teammates, mobs, and even your smart servants. There are better meta comps obviously, but if you love Rei, who am I to say no? Next, the F2P team of Huang and Fenrir with Hipper as the main DPS. Start off with Fenrir's skill, then Huang's skill, and hold attack on Huang till she gets 8 stacks on this buff, which is around 1 to 2 seconds of holding her attack button. Then, use her skill and swap to Hipper, jump cancelling any discharge and use her skill. By doing this, we want to ensure the force impact debuff is triggered as Fenrir and Huang do not have that trait. After that, perform Hipper's full combo of normal attack chains, dodge attack sequences, and finally, her sub-skill finisher. At this point, jump cancel Huang's discharge and hold attack on Huang for about 2 seconds, then use Huang's skill when the stacks are 8. Then swap to Fenrir and use her skill. After that, it's back to Hipper using her skill, and the rotation continues from then onwards. Similarly, if you pair Huang with Tian and Hipper, start off with Tian skill, then Mimi's skill, and hold attack till you get those stacks, then skill and swap to Hipper. Perform Hipper's attack sequence until her sub-skill finisher, then swap to Tian, jump cancel any discharge, use his skill and then swap to Huang, using her skill and hold attack to gain the stacks. Use her skill again, swap to Hipper and continue the rotation. Using Tian is a high risk, high reward gameplay and you're always going to be at low health. Be careful, my friends. Last on the list, we have the team of Huang and Voidpiercer with Hipper as NDPS, because you know, a lot of free-to-play have Voidpiercer, so here we go. Start off with Huang's hold attack and skills, then discharge into Voidpiercer, use Void skill, then jump cancels Hipper discharge and use her skill. Perform Hipper's normal attack combo just like any other rotation, and then her dodge attack sequences. Once the 3 dodge attack sequence are done, use her sub-skill to finish it off, and then jump cancel Huang's discharge and hold down her attack button for a couple of seconds to stack the buffs. Use her skill and immediately discharge into Voidpiercer, use Void skill, and back to Hipper to continue the rotation. You just need to practice jump cancelling Huang's discharge, as sometimes it may not be that smooth and you end up either flying into the air or not connecting properly with the whole attack and you just stand there doing nothing. Practice, people. Practice. With that, this concludes the rotations for the teams Hipper can pair with. Of course, there are more weapons that you can use with Hipper provided you're familiar with her rotation, combos, and skill timings. There are other amazing creators that showcase Hipper's rotation with huge damage on characters and a bygone phantasm, so be sure to check them out as well. Till then, practice those rotations and I'll see ya in the next one.